Hello, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. So, today we are going to begin with our next topic, that is the chapter Water in the Well. Kindly remove your textbook, page number 63. Now, Water in the Well is a story which revolves around the two main characters, Qasim and Ahmad. Qasim was a farmer and he had an eye on the Ahmad's well, as that would help him to channelize the water to his fields. And each time Qasim would, now here it is a story that have a eye. Eye means what? Whenever you have certain bad intention, that is known as having an eye. Each time Qasim would beg for access to the Ahmad's well, and his request would be turned down by Ahmad. Finally, one day, Ahmad suggested to Qasim that he could buy the well from him. Qasim, who liked his idea and which he considered yes it would be very beneficial for him, brought the well at the cost of all his savings. And the next day Qasim went to his own well and then dug out a channel to draw the water. Ahmed questioned him how he dared to touch the water in his presence, and further continued that he had only sold the well to him and not the water in the well, which still belonged to him. He even put forward a suggestion that Qasim could pay him for the water separately on daily basis and then use it. A shocked Qasim rushes to the Qazi, who heard the argument patiently, and the Qazi's wisdom comes to light when he tells Ahmad that he had no right to keep his belongings, that is the water in the Qasim's property, and he also instructed him to remove the water immediately or pay daily rent to Qasim, after which Qasim would allow him to use the well. A confused Ahmad was left speechless, but Qasim, who was a generous man, never troubled Ahmad for the rent. So let us see go to the story. What a farmer needs most for his fields is a good source of water. Qasim had his eye on a well that was just outside the boundary of the field, but Ahmed, a man who owned the well, was a crafty old man. Now, crafty means a cunning. He was a cunning old man. He wouldn't allow anyone to draw water from his well. He told Qasim, "Why do you come to me again and again and beg for access to my well?" Access is, that means to find the approach or enter, that is known as the access. I feel sorry to turn your request every time. I have now see he was telling that really I'm sorry, I feel very bad that when you come to me again and again. And then he said that I have a suggestion for you. Collect some money and buy the whole well from me. So he said, why don't you collect some money and then you can buy the whole well from me? Qasim thought over the, now see here, he said that why don't you buy? So he was thinking over it, and he knew that Ahmed would ask for a lot of money, but he saw in his mind's eye. Now mind's eye, that be thinking in your mind, channels of the water running from the well through his field, and then made a decision, and he took all his savings to Ahmed and then bought a well. The next day he went to the well happily and then dug out the channel, but when he began to draw water, there was a surprise stolen for him. Suddenly Ahmed came forward and announced, "What are you doing, Qasim? How dare you touch the water in my presence? What do you mean? Haven't you sold this well to me?" So he was asking that, see, I had given all my savings to you. So now you are telling that how can I touch it? And so the reply was, "Ah, I sold the well, all right, but not the water in the well. The water still belongs to me. You can't use it. If you needed the water along with the well, you should have said so. I have a suggestion for you. Pay for the water separately and use it. You can buy fresh water every day. I don't mind." Qasim was shocked to hear Ahmed's argument. It was so unfair and so unjust. And so he rushed to the Qazi. Now, what do you mean by Qazi? Now, Qazi here is that a person who gives the justice. And he addressed the Qazi and then told him the whole story. Qazi was a very wise man. He told Qasim to bring Ahmed to his court so that he could hear uh, he could hear both the sides of the case. Ahmed was summoned to the court. Summon means to send for. Okay, he was summoned to the court, and the Qazi heard the argument patiently. Very calmly and enduringly, he was able to hear it. Hmm, I see that you are right. What you have sold is a well. The water is all yours. Isn't that so? So the Qazi said, "Yes, you are correct. That you have sold only the well, but not the water, na? Correct." Kazim's heart sank when he heard the Qazi's word. Ahmed, in his heart of hearts, was overjoyed. Now, hearts of heart, inside the heart, he was very happy. Now, whatever these are all the kind of the phrases being used. And these phrases, for example, here it is the heart of hearts. That he was knowing something, okay, when you know something but you do not admit it. And heart sang means what? Yeah, the Qasim, he was Qasim was very disappointed by Qazi. And here, now Ahmad in his heart of hearts was overjoyed. He said he had never thought that Qazi would side with him. So he never thought also that Qazi would ever side with him means what? Take his side. My lord, I am so grateful you understand the fine points of this case. Water does indeed belong to me. So he said, "Thank you that you have understood. Okay, and the water does indeed belong to me. In that case, Ahmad, why are you keeping it in the Qasim's well? You have no right to keep your belongings in his property. You must remove them immediately, or else you can pay a daily rent to Qasim. Then he will allow you to use his well." Ahmad was so confused that he did not know what to say. So he had no answer because he knew that he was wrong. All the people present in the court began to laugh. But Qasim was a generous man and he never troubled Ahmad for the rent that was due from him. So here in the story, what we find that, see, whatever is this, whatever path we have been opting, we have always to think that anytime whatever we do bad to others, it is surely going to come you back for that. So, moral of the extract can be that you can fool some people sometime, but not all the people at all the times. Yeah, do you agree with me or not? And you can fool some people sometime, it's okay, but not all the people and all the time. So always think that, and whatever you are doing good to others, it is going to surely come back to you in return. And whatever you are doing bad to others, that also is going to come back today or tomorrow to you only. So always be honest with yourself and with others also. So I hope that you all have understood the story very well. And if you like my educational video, students kindly like it and subscribe it. Thank you, children, and God bless you all.